Alrighty, so we are using the unknown team today, and we're actually going up against a goddess team, which is ideal. I'm kind of scared to go up against demon teams with this team because I don't think it's going to work nearly as well. But Beats has been talking pretty highly of the the unknown team lately, and so I want to try it out a little bit. I have tried it a little bit in geared PvP, and it honestly did not work out very well, to be honest. Which I think that's pretty common. Like, you know, a team with as much synergy as the goddess and demon teams have, I think they're just naturally going to sort of do incredibly well in geared because they get so much additional stats and everything. So I don't necessarily think that it's the best in those scenarios, but you know, I think I think the unknown team actually has a really good counter set to the goddesses, because we have Rimuru who's going to take off buffs, which is really nice. We have a decent amount of ways to infect, which is also going to be really good because of the amount of lifesteal that Mayel has. So we should be able to, like, I mean, you can see we're tanking pretty well. Like, even with them going first, we tanked. You know, we really don't have a whole lot of HP loss so far, and even hitting the the counters there, we didn't take too much from those. We do have Nanashi, who's boosting a lot of basic stats. We have Rom, who's boosting a lot of basic stats, and then we also have Echidna, who's going to be boosting, I think it's attack-related stats. I can't remember if she boosts basic stats or not. Ooh, going for her is kind of bad, because we really want her on the field if possible. Ooh, we get our Pierce buff. I'm really curious if we can kill with the Pierce card on Sariel here. If possible, that would be super good. I do have Mayel Link on Rimuru. Oh, this is so good, actually. Alright, and then hopefully we kill the Margaret as well, because if we do, which we do, dude, pretty good damage on the level 1s there. I'm really glad I didn't just merge those into a level 2, because I think that would have been a big misplay. We cut off a lot of Mayel support, and yeah, Mayel's not going to do a whole lot of damage in this scenario. Escanor's kind of a threat because of how much damage he just kind of does on his own. He doesn't really need support players around him to do big damage, but obviously it would help him a lot. I think we're in a really good situation here. I really only think that this team kind of works in ungeared. Yeah, you can see we're tanking so much better now. Like, he literally doesn't do much damage at all in, you know, once you cut his support off. Yeah, well, that's pretty typical. Let's hop into another one really quickly. Alright, ooh, we have another goddess team, which is perfect, really. Like, we really want to go up against goddess teams with this team because it counters it so hard. I'm interested to see, like, the last guy did not, I don't think he used Margaret buff at all. Well, he did use it to cleanse off the infect one turn, but that was like turn 2 or 3. I can't remember exactly which turn that was. So if he decides to buff early, I get my Pierce buff even earlier, which is really good for me. Dude, we're so tanky, actually. It's kind of awesome. It's really nice. I don't want to use both of my infects if possible, so let's go for... Maybe we'll get rid of... I can't remember. What does her Holy Relic do, out of curiosity? Increases the attack or hero's attack-related stats by 30% when the hero uses a Rupture skill. So if we use this first, he should gain a buff, like the attack buff from the Holy Relic, yeah? So taking basically no damage from that. Boom. Decent damage to him, actually. I'm really not gonna hate on that. I mean, she's just not really a damage dealer in general, so you're not gonna expect to see a whole lot from Rom, but actually pretty impressive. Like, I mean, it wasn't like over the top crazy damage or anything, but you know, it did something. We do pull extra infect cards, which is nice. We kind of want to keep the infect on as long as possible here, which if he's gonna cleanse, which it looks like he might, we're probably, yeah, we're gonna get our Pierce buff this turn, which means that more than likely we can end up killing Mayel here because he's not using a Sariel stance here. So that's kind of nice. Ooh, kills Rom, though, which is a bit unfortunate because that's a lot of my... Or maybe not a lot, but that's a good chunk of basic stats that have just got deleted from my characters, unfortunately. So we're still in a good position, though. Let's go for the... we have the Pierce buff, so let's go for the Infect here, the Sever card, and then the Pierce rate card. And hopefully that's enough. Ooh, that's not looking super good on Mayel, at least. Oh, I don't think we kill here. I think killing Rom actually kind of ruined our chances. I don't want to say it like completely ruined us. I maybe should have went for an ultimate then instead, because he doesn't have a way to get rid of my ultimates other than just damaging me, and I'm pretty tanky, which the fact that Rom's dead now might bring down my tank a little bit. Okay, he is purifying. He's not using a Mayel card, though, so we don't have to worry about lifestealing quite as much. And the fact that he's not attacking with Mayel means that most of these cards aren't going to do a whole lot of damage at all. Like, I don't think this is going to do much of anything. I mean, okay, that was actually halfway decent. He lifestealed quite a bit, unfortunately. Let's go for this. I think we kill Mayel, no problem here. With these 3 cards, I would be very surprised if we didn't. As I see myself doing not a whole lot of damage, which is a bit concerning. Okay, the Pierce card's still going crazy. That's really good. It's almost doing like 100k like consistently. Even without Rom, almost hits 100k, which is pretty good. And without Mayel, a lot of his damage goes away. Yeah, Bon in the back. He really doesn't have good enough damage here to really combat me at this point. Like, he doesn't have the damage to actually get me off the board now. So having these 2 ultimates in hand, Echidna's ultimate does like crazy damage even at 1/6. So I don't think we're gonna have too many issues there. Is this a level 2? Okay, it's not. If it was a level 2, that would have been really concerning, because then we wouldn't have been able to use our ultimates. But let's go for that first, so that way the card does more damage, because she does more damage if you have buffs on. Unfortunately, we're not going to see a huge crazy number because we killed Margaret, so it's only going up against 2 characters here. What does this end up looking like? 236. I mean, that's not bad. 100k on each character. You know, even at 1/6 is pretty good. I mean, obviously it's not like Mayel crazy, and I'm not doing like 1,000,000 damage with it, but pretty good. We'll hop into one last match. All right. Ooh, this is... I do want to see how we fare against this team. So we're going up against a demon team. I don't think we're going to do nearly as well, because he doesn't have any buffs that he puts on himself, so it's going to be a lot harder for us to get the Pierce rate buff on Rimuru here. I guess he puts up a buff with Chandler, so we'll take away one of those. Hopefully it's the HP increase, to be honest. But I don't know how good the odds are there. I can't remember exactly which buff it takes off. So it was not the HP increase, so a bit unfortunate. We could go for... We'll go for the ultimate here. I don't think this is going to really work out for me, unfortunately. He doesn't have true magic, which I guess is good. But I have 2 stacks on. I am going to be lowered if he attacks me twice here, because this is not the Goddess team and we're not Escanor. So stat decreases can happen. Ooh, this is going to be a lot of darkness stacks getting applied, so extra stats. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I just don't think this team can really compete with the demons. It doesn't have enough going for it to help against the demons, unfortunately. But, you know, you can't win them all, really. So we'll just go for this, see what the damage looks like, and we'll probably have to call it, because I guarantee with Rimuru gone, we have like 0 chance of winning this. Even if I were to push an ultimate or something, because her ultimate's only 1/6, and the demons are just so tanky in general, I just don't think we have a chance of winning. So a bit unfortunate there. But if you're going up against a lot of Goddess teams, it definitely does insanely well there. I had a comment the other day asking if there was any like go-to teams if you're going second, and I think that the unknown team is pretty strong going second, but if you go against the demons, you're basically screwed, and you have to have Nanashi's Relic, which is pretty hard to get. because you have to beat the dogs. You have to have Echidna and Rom and Rimuru, who are all collab characters, so those are not easily accessible. So I don't necessarily know if that like fits the criteria as much, but it does go second. It does do fairly well. It's just a bit too exclusive, I would say, so not really the greatest team to suggest for that scenario. But yeah, either way, I think it does great against the main new threat, but Melee kind of coming up on the back end doesn't really doesn't help you there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one.